The uncertainty in Ukraine has put some renewed focus on the role of U.S. diplomacy. For a look beyond that news, here's Liz Trotta's Sunday commentary.
It's red line time again. Fresh from laying down an or else to Syrian dictator Bashar Assad, and then backing down as the Russians outmaneuvered him, President Obama dared the Ukrainian leadership to do his will or else. Wouldn't you think that Mr. Obama, or at least his media handlers, would recognize the repetition of his empty threats and provide him with some new material to deliver the phony ultimatums? And while anti-government protesters enveloped the streets of Kiev, despite the violence, the U.S. once more stood before the world, indecisive and leaderless. As the athletes pack up their skis and skates in Sochi today, the frothy goodwill of the Olympics will no longer camouflage Vladimir Putin's latest effort to rebuild his cherished Soviet Union. Gulags have always been his natural environment. How did we get to this dismal point? Or, as Casey Stengel is said to have famously inquired of the 1962 Mets, can't anybody here play this game? The game, of course, is foreign affairs and the delicate instrument to carry it out, diplomacy. American diplomacy seems to have reached its lowest point. So much so, the American Foreign Service Association is set to release new guidelines for the selection of Foreign Service officers. More specifically, the qualifications of the campaign contributors appointed by the president. In the past, political appointees, presidential friends with big bucks, usually accounted for roughly 28% of the ambassadors representing America overseas. Under President Obama, the number rises to 53%. Career Foreign Service officers make up the rest. The recent Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearings for confirmation of presidential candidates laid bare the rank cluelessness of high rollers, those who Mr. Obama thinks would be suitable emissaries. Among them, those who have never been in the countries they would represent, don't speak the language, and display no expertise whatsoever for their possible assignments. The White House choices range from a television soap opera producer to assorted, unproven academics. Even the least offensive of them, Senator Max Baucus of Montana, frankly told the committee, "I am no expert on China." This admission underscores the trouble Mr. Obama has had in two key postings, China and Russia. In China, Senator Baucus will replace Gary Locke, another Obama crony who angered the Chinese as well as the State Department. He served only 2 years. In Russia, Ambassador Mike McFaul, an academic and father of the U.S.-Russia reset policy, is also headed home after barely 2 years. Given our shameful record in negotiating with Putin, perhaps the best choice would be Oprah. The GOP National Committee couldn't resist the invitation to satire and posted a how-to guide entitled Ambassadors for Dummies. Among the suggestions, find the country of your appointment on the map and visit the country for at least one day. Daily Show host Jon Stewart joined the chorus, asking, is there a rule that ambassadors can't have set foot in the country they are going to ambassador? Would it ruin the surprise? Diplomatic hopefuls felt a chill a few days ago when Secretary of State Kerry announced plans for a new post, Special Representative for the Arctic region. It would require, he said, a high-level individual of substantial stature and expertise. Right. It's more likely a penal colony for real Foreign Service officers who know too much.